It's funny you get not funny, but it's odd that you get injured afterwards. Because tendonitis in the shoulder, I thought that'd be through repeated.
I'd had some issues through training with my left arm, and probably about 2 weeks out, I sort of stuffed up my rib cartilage a bit. So I was a bit tender. So just to train for the last few weeks, I was anti-inflammatories, and same on the fight. Had to time my medication right, so I couldn't feel it. But yeah, there was once I numbed myself up a bit, I was fine. Didn't affect me throwing punches or anything. So
we don't bounce back like we used to, do we?
God no, not at this age.
I think our bodies, they're in reverse because we have it so easy in the early days, like our teens and our early 20s, just bouncing back. You don't appreciate it, don't you? You think, I'm going to always be like that. And then suddenly you sleep wrong and you're out for a week.
Yeah. Well, touch wood, I've been very lucky, like even through the 20s, playing footy, playing sport, whatever. I've never done a major.
You're not an injury-prone
knee
person?
Or anything. So
that's all right.
I've been quite lucky in that sense. So,
that's pretty rare.
Yeah. So I've been, no major injuries.
Okay.
Which is good. Oh.
So is this like niggles?
Yeah. The odd pulled muscle.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing, yeah.
As you do. All right, mate, let's get straight into this fight. We'll watch this fight here. Where are we?
But now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to bout 10 of the evening for the Ring Sport Championship belt. Introducing first, fighting out of the Total Roofing Solutions red corner.
What was your relationship with Steveo like prior to this?
We got on like a house on fire. Yeah, we.
Have you spoken to him since the event?
No, not sort of few little messages here and there, but nothing too much.
Yep.
I've worked out where the Meat and Wine Co is. It's just near my work, so
nice.
Might have to call in there one day.
He's pumped going in the ring, isn't he?
Yeah.
He was. Jesus,
an entertainer.
He is. He was. I saw him in round 3. Was when he was sort of stepped back, not showboating, but I just thought he seemed to be the most comfortable in there.
Yeah.
From someone that hadn't done it before, like, that hasn't had any previous boxing experience. He was pumped.
Yeah, this was the worst part for me, the walkout. I just
it's not for you.
hate being the centre of attention. So
really,
yeah, it's just getting camera shoved in your face.
I think a lot of people were pumped for this part of
it. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, he's ready to go. How are you feeling, like nerves wise at this point?
I was felt relatively calm.
You happy with the photo? You look a lot trimmer nowadays.
That one. The whole build up the previous night, had a good night's sleep.
Did you stay at the Crown the night before?
No, we stayed there Saturday and the Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, good sleep at home. And just, I felt fairly relaxed. It was just because the fight was after 10 o'clock. It was
late, wasn't it?
Yeah, just sort of nervous energy, I guess.
Very different walkout to Steveo.
Yeah.
That's good, though. I know some people get a bit too pumped on the way out.
Yeah. Try and stay a bit subdued. And
the long walk out. I think I threw you a high five here as well.
Yeah.
There we go. Don't leave me hanging there. There it is. What was Glenn saying to you there?
Oh, God. Couldn't remember.
How much recollection of the fight do you actually have?
Probably, it's hard to say. It's a bit of a blur, but it's still vivid in my memory. It's
don't have any blank spots or anything for the night?
Not that I can think of, no.
No. You didn't cop any huge hits, did you?
No, nothing that really shook me. I think it was either halfway through the second he sort of got one, and I just sort of went, ooh, okay, that was a decent one. But the rest of them, like, I copped 3 or 4 good jabs in the nose. After that, it was numb. It was hitting there, and I didn't feel it.
Did he know about your ribs?
No.
Okay.
So
Keep that very
keep that
quiet. There was quite a few injuries, like minor injuries, that people were really protecting that they told me about prior, and I didn't say a word. Because I know, he was on your team, Stefano, with his nose, had the nose on.
Drew cracked a rib as well.
Did he?
A few weeks out.
I didn't know. Thanks for telling me that, Drew. Jeez. At one point, you guys got your feet tangled up and you went down, didn't you?
Yeah, this in the first round.
Oh, geez, coming out there, Johnny.
Yeah, I'd led with the right. A bit of a conscious decision.
You're a different man in there, John. Like sitting here, you're all calm and quiet, but in there, geez, you were trying to take Stevo's head off.
Yeah. Well, I was fairly certain that he had better cardio.
Yeah.
He a bit fitter than me.
How old is Stevo? I said he was in his 50s.
47. I've got a
I said he was in
feeling
his
he's
50s. Sorry, Stevo.
When you did the fight reviews, you said, these guys are both mid-50s. He messaged me and goes, mid-50s.
One of the other commentators is the family friends with him.
Yeah.
So even he pulled me up on it afterwards. He goes, not mid-50s. So there we go. That was more a push, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was nothing in there.
How did you find the ref?
Yeah, he was fine.
It's probably a good thing with the ref. If you don't notice the ref, it's a good thing.
Yeah. No, he
it's very
didn't
experienced.
have too much
I thought it was quite good.
interaction, I guess, during the fight.
You got some special socks on there? What's that?
No,
on in.
Yeah. That was picture of our Frenchie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kyle actually gave us that dog.
Oh, Kyle Atkins, the Axeman.
Yeah, he gave us his. Yeah, he's got two other dogs, and they all didn't get along.
You're landing. Geez, I've watched this before, but you are landing a lot more than I thought here. Oh, he's going for the body there.
Yeah.
What was your plan going in here?
Well, as I said, I led with the right because I know when I'd sparred with Stevo earlier, he'd hang his left out a bit and try and feint a few. Yeah. So I thought, well, if I lead with the right, try and get him off balance, and if I could rock him straight up.
Yeah. And just swarm on him.
Yeah, and landed a few good punches on him, but he stood his ground. So,
how were you feeling here after round one?
I was buggered from the start. I was gassed from, it just kept going, just sucking in the big ones. And
did you must have gone 3 2-minute rounds in training prior?
Yeah, absolutely.
How much harder was this than the training, considering it's the same amount of time?
It just next level.
Oh, I can imagine.
It is. It's like during training we'd do say 5 2-minute rounds on a bag, and it's like you gassed at the end of that. Yeah. Then you go and do some sparring, do your 2-minute rounds or whatever in there, and it was next level. But then the
on fight night,
next bit, it just went to another level again.
Do you think it gives you a false sense of security doing that many rounds, like as a novice doing that many rounds in training and being able to handle it, and then stepping up into the ring and realising it's no longer 80%, everything's 100%?
Oh, no, well, Glenn, he says, he explained it well. Through training, he goes, you're pushing yourself here, but it will be
big right there.
Oh, we've got a few good ones in there.
Oh, geez, and again.
Yeah, but I couldn't rock him.
He's got a chin. How was that fighting that? Oh, Jesus, Hendo.
Go down, Stevo. Would have made my life easy.
Just trip him. Your helmet. I mentioned this a number of times. Your helmet was so loose.
Well, when I first got in, Glenn put it on and he just about choked me with it.
Yeah.
So I said, loosen it off a bit.
Oh,
and
okay.
he obviously loosened it a bit too much. So
from memory, it comes off or the strap comes out.
Yeah, over.
That's it, like the whole thing rocked back.
Yeah.
I think there it is. See, it's sitting on top of your chin there.
Yeah.
It's not under it.
And I think this,
it's where he gets pushed.
Again.
There it is.
Yeah.
That was good of Steve there.
I
to
remember
step
it
back.
happening. I don't remember Stevo's stepping away though at the time.
When they strap it up here, he looked like he strapped it so
He
tight.
did. It was like what Glenn did at the start. And I said, Glenn, loosen off a bit. So it's all Glenn's fault. Unless he's watching this, and then it was my fault.
You look very comfortable in there.
It's
How much of that, the training that you did prior, say with Kyle, how much did that help you in there?
Yeah, it did help. The whole lot. All the training we've done, it just, it was a whole calmness the whole day. The whole build-up was, it's hard to explain. It was very calm.
Yeah.
And even, getting in the ring, sort of started feeling it a bit. But then once the fight started, it just, adrenaline kicked in, took over, and away I went. So
I did notice they put you through a lot more like prior to the actual event, like during the day. They seem to almost expose you guys to a lot more prior, which I thought was good to calm the nerves, because from memory previously a couple of people hadn't even been into the, how you met at about 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
They hadn't even been into the arena prior.
Okay.
And turning up for the first time and seeing it with all those people, it'd have to be intimidating.
Yeah. Oh, God, it would have been.
Have to be really intimidating. But it was good because they did the full walkouts and everything with you guys at about 4 o'clock.
Yeah. So that, and because we don't live far from there, so I went down 9, 10 o'clock and just tried to check in early.
Have a look. Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I paid for the room and all that, and then I wasn't ready, so they just messaged later. But while I was there, I just walked around, had a look in the room, and then
they were just setting up.
They messaged back about 11, said your room's ready. So we got in there
nice and early,
and went and had another look. Then there was a few of the boys that were checking it out.
How are you feeling now? Round 3.
Oh, buggered. I was gone.
What was it hurt? What, like a stitch? Was just the arms heavy?
Oh, yeah, gloves felt like they were about 10 kilos each.
Okay.
I was just dragging my ass, but just, push through and just try and keep going.
It must be hard because you're in front of all these people, and I know it's so easy for people on the sideline in the last minute to say, just, leave it all out there. But it's when you're in it and you're obviously in that much pain. And I think, imagine copping a body shot when you're struggling to breathe. Steveo with that jab. Some good head movement there.
Yeah,
don't like being hit, Johnny.
Copped a few in the snoz early on, so it was like, I'll try and get out of the way of them.
I have watched this fight a couple of times, but you've landed a lot more, and Steveo's got all his wits about him.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't get at least rocked by one of these. He seems to be rolling with a lot of the punches as well.
So just then when CJ calls out the last 30 seconds, I was like, oh, God, really? I was hoping it was the last 10.
There we go. Oh, Stevo's got a bit of claret coming out the top of the nose.
Yeah, nice.
You've got a bit of blood nose there?
There
we go. I can see that.
Yeah, I think about halfway through the last, I could feel it flowing out. Yeah. So,
what is Glenn and Chris saying to you there?
Oh, God. I can't remember. A lot of what was... I know after the second round, he was like, just get into his face, with the throw them rights at his face. Yeah. He's not liking it. So.
No. That's a push. Yeah. He should have been deducted a point.
Could have been the difference.
So how confident were you at this point?
I actually thought he had landed a few more cleaner blows, but looking back at it...
You're very much the aggressive fighter. You're the one that was coming forward a lot of the time.
But that's...
You seem to be very steady on your feet, even throwing the punches. I see that you almost dip down and you got a nice wide base there.
Yeah. No, At the time, I thought he'd landed a few more cleaner blows, but yeah, after watching it,
Do you think the not the showboating, but do you think the way he was acting was maybe to get the judges to swing it in his favour?
God knows, yeah, good chance of it. Yeah, and you can see here he's looking. I'm struggling to breathe. And
I'm sure he is. I bet you Steveo is hurting just as much as you, but he's going, I cannot show any of this.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you guys are gassed.
Yeah.
How's that nose? Not broken or anything?
Nah. Sore for a week or so afterwards.
So it was unanimous.
Yeah.
All three.
So.
All right, should we go through the fight? Let's have a look at the fights. Because you would have missed a couple. I'm guessing you missed the one before, possibly the one after.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had the same issue with Marnie in the sense of going back to the room, taking your braids out, doing your hair, getting ready. I think you would have been...
Yeah, a bit of blood in the shower, blew my nose out and had a beer. And
it would have only taken you 5 minutes to get ready and get back down.
Yeah, I basically... When I walked back in, Serge was back in the room. So he'd had his fight.
Oh, so you just missed one fight?
Pretty much.
Okay.
And then we'd got back and who was after him? It was... Luke. Yeah, so that was on. So we got in and caught, I think, the last round or two of Luke and Nathaniel's fight.
Luke landed some body shots.
Yeah.
That was the difference, wasn't it? I did see Nathaniel just bringing the leg up a little bit there. Those body shots would just caused him some grief.
Yeah.
How'd you go from the start? How'd you go with the girls' fight? They were impressive from the start.
I watched the first two. I went in, sat with
Carly,
my group. For the first two fights.
Okay.
And then I sort of was drifting in and out and just trying to get back into the room and relax and watch them on the TV and whatever in the room. But, Carly, that was a good fight to start with. Yeah. After that, I thought, well, first fight to the blue, I thought we're on tonight.
It's on. I don't think people I know it was the final score ended up being 9-6, I think it was. Was it 9-6? Pretty sure it was 9-6.
Oh, who was it? Carly? Then we didn't get a win till Stefano. 3. No, only 4. 11 and 4.
Jeez. It does sound like that's a heavy win to the Reds, which it was. But so many of those fights could have gone either way. There was a couple of splits in there as well. I think Jenna and Casey was a split decision.
That was one fight I really wanted to watch.
You did get to see it?
Watched most of it.
Yep.
Watched some of it on the screen in the back room, but came in, I think, watched the first 2 rounds.
Okay.
But that was a good fight. All the fights all had something. Watched the first 2, then I went back. I came in, wanted to watch Mason and Joe.
Yeah.
Just because I know him. Again, that one possibly got stopped a little bit early.
A few people have said that.
Yeah. The first stoppage, absolutely. But the second one, Joe tied him up. So, could have been pulled apart and let him go again.
What do you think? You think we'll see Joe again? Wouldn't mind seeing him.
Determined.
Good fighter.
Determined guy. And he's one guy that gave me a shot in training that put me down.
Really?
He got me in body shot.
His punches were so tight. They were just in there, just nuggety.
He's got some power on him. And
Mason is very unassuming kind of thing, very much a joker.
Well, Mason was talking about doing it again. That was on the Sunday around the pool, so I don't know if he'd had any sleep by then, but
I think I said before, he messaged me on Monday.
Yeah, I did see that on the review.
Asking me if I was out.
Yeah.
I was like, jeez, mate. It was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Let it go.
So he was going hard.
It was good fights. From where first time I saw it was probably about PCR 5, I think it was.
Yeah.
There were some excellent fights back then, but the quality of it now from where it was back then, I think it's just because the whole event itself has grown so much.
Yeah.
But from where it was to where it is, it's just two totally different places. Like everyone in there could hold their own.
Yeah, it was. The contest, they matched everyone up so well.
They do it. They do that.
It was,
they do that well.
yeah. I don't think there was even like Joe and Mason, the one fight that didn't go the distance. It wasn't an unfair matchup. It was just Mason landed one good shot that rocked him and stayed on top of him.
And how easy would that have been to have been reversed?
Yeah.
In the sense of if one of those shots would have got through from Joe, it could have been the other way around.
Exactly. That's all it is. Lucky one good shot.
Yeah. Did you get to watch the main event?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know what was coming from Ronnie?
No idea at all.
As a few of us did. I was nervous.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, you've obviously trained with Brezzy. You've seen what Brezzy can do.
Yeah. He did a little outside the ring bit of body throwing and he just threw one. It sort of just clipped me chin.
Yep.
But the wind that followed it just blew me hair back.
Have you seen their fight?
No, not
I'll have to
video yet.
I'll have to put it up. I'll have to just get these things up. But it was the chin on Brezzy that I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
Ronnie's massive, big, powerful guy.
Both got some power.
Yeah, but Ronnie landed a couple. There's this one in the third that I saw him hit him with, and I still can't believe Brezzy just shrugged it off.
Yeah.
It would have put anyone else down. Massive overhand.
Yeah, so.
Anyway, let's get back into this, mate. We've been gas-bagging for too long. Yep. Okay, you mentioned before during the day you fought late, so your fight would have started what time? About 10 o'clock?
Yeah, it was just after 10, I think.
That's a bit later than you would have liked.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Partly so I could get on it
more
afterwards. But yeah,
Carly made up for it. Fight one. By fight 10, Carly had drunk enough for everyone. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she was when I hopped out of the ring, walked down the stairs. She was standing there, old drunk Carly.
First there. Oh yeah, with belt on.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, it was the the camaraderie in the team was awesome.
How would you describe it in like how would you explain that to someone when from induction day you see and you walk standing around with 30 strangers? It's hard to believe that you guys can be where you are with this group after 8 weeks.
Yeah,
complete strangers.
And even like for the last 4 weeks, the only times you would see the red team was on our weekend training sessions
with a crossover.
Yeah. But everyone from both sides got on so well. It was awesome. It was amazing.
It's great to see, but it is so rare that everyone seems to get along.
Yeah,
there's no dramas.
I don't think there was any sort of aggro between anyone.
No.
I think everyone...
Besides me and Glenn. Should call him out. Call out Nige.
But it was, such a great event to be involved in. I loved every minute of it.
I haven't heard anyone say, and I've had you in here and I had Marnie yesterday, the positive things that people have said that didn't get the win, that's the most impressive.
Yeah.
Because you get people, obviously if you win, you're on a different, on a different high. But some of the guys and the girls that didn't get the win, they seem to be just as happy. Winning wasn't, it would have been great, but it wasn't the main thing.
Yeah. Just getting in there is a victory. Absolutely. I would love to have the belt. But...
You borrow my one, that inflatable one up there, mate.
But it's
Would you do it again?
Johnny,
you are looking at me. You are looking at me.
I would like to just to get a win purely, but straight afterwards, have
one off. Enjoy the drink.
Mrs. was like, no, please don't. Tell me you don't want to do it again.
Tell me what the family said about it. I know what they said prior, but while you were in there and afterwards, how were they feeling?
My missus, she was hiding behind one of my mates.
Yeah.
And
terrified.
Just sort of, she couldn't watch. And then she'd hear my crowd start cheering and
so she'd
sort of stick out and have a look and, okay. And my kids,
How old are your kids?
22 and 20.
Okay, so they're definitely old enough to understand exactly what's going on.
They knew what was happening. And Mrs. said probably the two fights before they started getting really nervous. You could see it on their face.
Yeah. Did they come and see you backstage prior to the fight?
No. I'd come out into the room.
Oh, okay.
So I'd seen them and all that. And my kids aren't very emotional in getting their emotions out. So after the fight, before my daughter left to go home, she's sort of, proud of you for doing it, but please don't do it again.
Oh, okay.
And then a couple of days later, got a very similar text from my son. So, he's going,
don't want you to do it again.
No.
How did that, is it because, and to be honest, he's probably, how old are you now, 53?
54.
54. Probably you're in the best condition out of any 54-year-old I know, clearly. And does that weigh on your mind at all, thinking how does your body take the punishment at your age against, say, someone who's in their early 20s?
Oh, absolutely. It would, I don't know how I would have gone, like I said, with the matchups, with Steveo, similar age, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But, I don't know how I would have gone if it was a much younger fighter.
I mean, like with you, like how do you worry that? Because, for example, I'm 44 and I think to myself, I would love to do it, but I'm also very realistic about what my body is like now.
I'm not too bad. Like, as I said to you earlier, I've never really had any major sporting injuries. Yeah. So just, give it a crack. If I get a broken rib or crack a rib or, that's probably the worst injury you could probably cop, broken nose or broken rib.
Yeah.
It's like, had cracked a few bones here and there, so it wouldn't have been too bad.
Okay, so you are doing it again, is what you're telling me. That's exactly what you're telling me. How are we gonna hide it from your wife and kids?
Well, Mrs. going, if you do it again, I'm not coming.
We'll have to just make something up. I'll say that you're in here. I'll say you're in here 3 times a week doing interviews with me, and you're down at training.
Yeah, nah.
You'd have to get an early fight though.
Oh, absolutely.
Fight 2.
But
fight 2.
That'd be good.
Oh, imagine that. Imagine the state of you by fight 10.
It would have been,
With the fight itself, what knowledge did you have of Steve? Like, did it unfold the way you thought it was going to? Like, with your performance, did your body do what you think it was going to do?
How gassed I was, I thought I might have been a bit better towards the end. By the last round, I'd sort of, throw 4 or 5 punches and then I was having to get a breather.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have been able to go the whole round flat out, but just wasn't able to.
There were so many things that you couldn't prepare for, everything from the adrenaline to the crowd to the time of day. Your body's going to react very differently at 10 o'clock at night as opposed to at 8:30 in the morning.
Just, as I said, the build-up, what to do. Do you just go and lay down in the room and rest, or like I still wanted to go and see all my friends. It was just, didn't know what to, how to prepare. So
I was speaking to someone else who was fighting late. I won't say because I haven't actually run it by them then. But they were saying to me, on one hand, they were worried about having like the adrenaline dump. But being able to watch all the fights prior, they seem to have the adrenaline up and down watching all their teammates fight. But in turn, they were exhausted just from watching the fights. Yeah. Because your heart rate would be up. And these are your close friends in there.
You're excited to watch them,
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I felt calm, but what's going on inside is anyone's guess. So, I was a bit tired, but, on most weekdays I'm 8 o'clock, 8:30 in bed. So 10 o'clock is a late night.
It's pretty bad when you got to prepare yourself.
Especially when you're not drinking.
About 3 days out, you go, all right, I'm going to have a late night here. I have to actually prepare yourself for it. Anything about Steveo surprise you?
Nah, his aggression, like, obviously when we'd sparred, it was we're still trying to whack each other. But
it was the early days as well.
Yeah, so it was a lot more, everyone's friendly and getting to know. But then obviously the next level in the ring is, all right, gloves are off.
It's 100%.
Glenn sent me a message. I'll see if I can find it.
Nice.
Don't know if you want to put this in.
What time? I could pretty much guess what it was. What time was it before the fight? Is this on the day?
Yeah.
Which one? The bottom one?
Down the bottom.
We won't put that one in.
No, I don't think you can.
He doesn't mix his words, Glenn, does he?
No, he's straight to the point. So.
Very animated. How's that blue check group going as well?
Yeah, it's still going. I think Carly and Britt have organised a bit of a catch-up next weekend.
Yeah,
so,
Marnie said. Yeah.
But I'm working, so I'm going to miss out on that.
Okay.
And I think they're starting to get back into a bit of training on the Wednesday nights.
Okay, down at Counterbalance.
Yeah.
They had one last Wednesday, I think. A few went
down there. So, once my shoulder sort of heals a bit, I'll start going down when I can.
Yeah.
It's such a great bunch of people.
Yeah. And you guys are bonded now.
Oh, God, yeah.
You could meet up in 10 years and still talk about
the same
that infamous night.
It's got something in common. So, yeah.
And I heard a rumour, I don't know if this is true, so don't quote me on this, that possibly Mongy might step back in the ring.
Oh, really? Okay.
He's looking good, isn't he?
He's training as much as all of us.
He's looking good. He loves it.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
Yeah,
good on you, Mongy. Just imagine fighting him. Oh, it'd be a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't do it. Everyone, once you're in the blue, can't change.
I'm Team Red, mate. Okay, now you've seen it back, do you see anything different in the fight? Is that how you remember it?
Possibly. I actually watching it, I feel a bit better in knowing a few more punches actually contacted solidly.
I think Steve was rolling with a lot of the punches as well.
Yeah, I think, and I thought I was getting tangled up, like throwing it with his arms or what, like he was being able to not really block, but just getting his arm in the way as I was coming through.
How frustrating is that when you're punching and you just can't seem to get a clean hit because you're clipping gloves or you're getting hit on the way in? Is that frustrating?
It is a bit, yeah. And then you obviously want to punch harder or you want to just throw another one.
Using so much energy to get your arm out. Yeah, I can imagine. I did see, I believe it was Yavar was fighting there, and I know he had some dramas getting inside with Owen because Owen's a huge boy, and Serge as well did the same thing where you could just see the frustration on their face, and they were using everything they could, but they were just getting tangled up because Sean Abley and Owen. And Owen. They're both like 6'4", 6'5".
They're both
big boys.
Yeah.
Imagine fighting them.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. So frustrating. Just getting smacked on the nose every time.
If you could get under there, you could do some damage.
If you get in there.
Yeah.
Those two do. Sean was impressive as well, I thought.
Yeah, that's a fight I never got to see, so I'll wait.
I'll put that up, mate.
Yeah.
I've been saying that so much. I really should pull my finger out and get these things.
But, it'll be interesting to see that one because I know Serge, like he'd hurt his shoulder. He said,
he's left. I didn't see him throw. In the first round, I saw he threw a punch and his arm came back and it just wasn't the same. His left, I think he was struggling to throw his left. I don't know when he got injured, whether it was prior or in that first round, but something didn't look right with Serge's arm.
When we got back to the room after I'd had a shower and he was just laying there with an ice pack on it, he wasn't really comfortable with it.
Jeez.
So,
he did well considering because he didn't do the full camp either, did he?
No, he came... I think just after we split.
Yeah, I thought it was about week 4 because he does the FIFO work.
Yeah.
That's right. How important was it to win? I know it is important and everyone wants to win.
Oh, would have loved to have won.
Yeah. Some say you did.
Well.
Some say you did. I'm not saying.
Yeah. A few people have said that. A few of my supporters have said that. Said it was, very close. But, I would have loved to have. That's why you'd play sport. That's why you do any sort of sport. You want to win. It would have been amazing, but wasn't so on the night. So
the fact that everyone still stayed very positive, even the people that didn't win, that's the great thing.
I didn't win, but I don't feel defeated.
Yeah. How has Kyle? Obviously, you got a good relationship with Kyle, and Kyle did fall short in his first attempt. Has he been encouraging you to go again?
No, not really.
Because he came back and put on a beautiful performance against Richard George.
I don't know whether my missus has got in his ear and told him to.
The missus is involved, mate.
He's been good. Haven't seen him all that often because he's training up a few new trainers at the gym, so we normally go in the morning, so he's been doing a lot of afternoons. He's in Queensland at the moment now. Bit of a 9-round convention.
Okay. Not getting engaged or anything?
No.
You told me do not say that.
So
he's a good commentator as well.
Yeah,
he sat in very good.
On your review, you talked him up a bit. So
very good.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a confident person.
Did you manage, because the night seemed to, the whole 8 weeks would have just flown by when you think about it, how quick it all went. Did you manage to take it all in? Do you think you did?
Yeah, I think I did. Like I said, I had a fair bit of time off work because doing the shift work, I don't think I would have been able to have done it.
Work were good with you with that?
Yeah. It was annual leave, long service leave,
okay.
So it's...
That's BHP?
Yeah.
They were your major sponsor?
Yes.
They were proud to put their name on your chest, were they? Good old BHP.
Yes. Well, my manager who organised it all, he was there on the night.
Yeah. He was happy?
Yeah. He had a great night.
Okay.
I think he was gambling on most of the fights.
Imagine that. That's what we should have in those books. Could you imagine if you do like a tipping thing? Imagine we got a bookie in there. Oh, imagine how angry the Crown would be. It's at the Crown. Yeah. We might as well get like a big bookie in there. Could you imagine?
I'm sure they'd be able to organise something.
There was a booking. There was a booking on about 12 of the tables. I saw there was some money changing hands.
Oh yeah, I think there would have been a few places.
Oh, did the night itself? How quick did it go for you? Because when you look at it, when I looked at it prior, I went, all right, it's 7 hours, which you think about it and they go, geez, that is a long event. What's going to happen? But it was non-stop from start to finish.
Well, as I said, watch a few fights and sort of go out, sort of sharing me time with being in the ballroom and in the change room there, and out in the back room, as each fighter was going out, trying to G them up, get them going, doing whatever anyone needed. Yeah, it did go quick. It dragged up until my fight.
Yeah. As soon as your fight,
I just wanted to get ready and get it done. Yeah. But being 10 o'clock, once the fight was over, said back to the room, shower, get back down, and get a few beers and start enjoying it.
You were a few beers deep when I said goodbye to you. I did right at the end there. I saw you coming out the ring. I saw you coming out the ring after the big photo.
Oh, okay.
And I was talking to you there.
Oh, God.
I think you were talking.
I must have had a few by then.
I didn't understand the word you said. I just smiled and nodded and kept going. All right, Johnny's had a few. I'll let him go.
No.
Did you feel a come down afterwards? Was there the post-fight blues? Or were you straight back into work?
No, I went back to work on the Wednesday. So, pretty much straight to work. We stayed there on the Sunday night as well.
Oh, okay.
So there was a fair few of us caught up for drinks around the pool on the Sunday. So,
I heard it was a little mellow. Was everyone just a bit...
Yeah, Mason was ready to go.
I can see that.
Still going. And
Brezzy probably as well?
No, he wasn't there.
Okay.
He was...
He's doing
missing.
We'll just say missing.
Yeah.
So with the training camp, it was 8 weeks with the extra bits, probably closer to 9 weeks. What was the most enjoyable part of that? The whole thing was for you.
Yeah. every part of it was great. The camaraderie is probably the best thing to come out of it.
You can't put a price on that, can you?
No. The people involved, everyone, like all the coaches and all the competitors, great bunch of people. Can't say any more about them.
To get two opposing teams to still get along that well.
Yeah.
That's the beauty, isn't it?
It is. It's, such a great atmosphere to be involved in.
It's amazing how they do it. When you look at, I can understand Nigel, but sometimes when Glenn gets involved in something, things can go pear-shaped. No, but it's what they've created, and I think I hope people do recognise what they have actually created for people to experience.
Yeah, it is. They give you that chance to feel like a rock star, and you do. Doing these,
Getting to talk to me, rock star material. Jeez, that was supposed to be the highlight. I led you in there. She said, when you sat down with me, about 4 weeks ago.
So you've got that. The walkout. You get the song, the name. The smoke.
It's all about you, isn't it?
It is. It's such an amazing event. You're the star of the show for that 10 minutes, but the whole build-up for it is huge.
It's incredible.
And, just gives you, tests you physically, tests you mentally.
Too.
But, just love the whole lot.
It's hard to believe that people who commit their life to boxing and maybe have been training for years doing the amateur fights, they still, they may have had years of training and they've done it so tough, and they haven't even got to experience a level of an event that you guys have.
Yeah, it's such a privilege to do it.
And it's the venue, it's the fact that it's the Crown, it's the fact that everything seems to fall into place to just create that perfect night for you guys.
Just the ring, it's like surrounded,
it's like Hollywood, isn't it?
And that's, it's surprising. Like when you're actually in there fighting, all of a sudden it'd just be like, oh, I can hear people cheering. I can hear Glenn yelling at me. Yeah,
everyone can hear Glenn yelling from the corner.
You could just think, right, what's going on? And all of a sudden I'd just have a little moment of clarity and it'd just be, oh, okay.
You're actually in there doing it.
Think, right, what am I going to do now?
Do you reckon you're going to go to the next one in October to Overwatch?
I'm planning on it, yeah.
I think a lot of your crew are heading there.
Yeah.
Maybe get a big table of you guys together.
Try and,
It must be good to be able to go there, because this was your first one, wasn't it? You went to Kyle's.
PCR 8.
That's right, you went to Kyle's. But you're going to be able to look at it differently this time. There's going to be a new level of respect for the fighters.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll try and once the next group get in and start training, I'll head down
there.
Don't know if I'll get in and spar, but I'll definitely help out where I can, jumping on pads or whatever. I'll see how I'm feeling, if they want us to jump in.
Get in there.
I might.
Throw off
I don't know.
Introduce them to the bomber. I think that tells you what kind of an event it is and how the fighters feel about it. That they're so willing to be part of the next one and to volunteer their time and their effort to go down and just help.
Absolutely. And, the guys at, Mongi, Danrell, the guys that came down from the last batch on the last week, who was it? Elliot, Ash, Josh Pryor, he was there. There was quite a few of them came down in that last week and were all on the pads and helping out with everyone. It's, such a great bunch of people. Yeah. And obviously, as you said, it just people feel they want to go and help out again. So,
and those guys and girls seem to set the example. So it's almost like it's your turn now to repay the favour to the next batch. Exactly. And it's very contagious being that positive, helpful kind of person.
Yeah.
So good on them.
Yeah.
Good on PCR Red and Blue. I can't talk for the Reds. I'm only talking for the Blues here. The Reds are all about themselves, aren't they?
Exactly.
You got any advice for the next batch coming through? Because they are, what's the date today? I think
was going to say, how?
it's 19 weeks away till the event.
So 10 weeks away until they start.
10 weeks. They've got quite a few applicants in there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so any advice to the up-and-coming people who are going to be there on induction day, probably early August this year?
Just soak it in, enjoy it. Do what you can. Come do the podcast.
Not too many. I had 20 of you through here last time. Maybe about 10 of you. Pick 10 interesting people and go there.
Do as much as you can. You know, soak it up as, absorb it and just, live it.
I did notice that you did that from the start. Is you seemed to be someone that would take any opportunity given just to have a go. And I know that it might have been a bit nerve-wracking even to come in here because it's something different. But you definitely have taken it all in and have made the most of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've loved it all too. It's been a great experience.
If you could do something different in there, would you?
Win.
Besides that, would it be how you viewed it? You can't. When I say what advice can you give someone, I think about what someone could have told you at the start. How could you truly describe what the experience is like? Because it'd be hard without it ever actually going through it.
And I guess everyone's probably got something different out of it as well.
Yeah.
You got a lot of young early 20s in that.
Yeah.
I'm in my 50s, so
you're never too old. Kerry was in her 50s as well.
Kerry was in her 50s, few in their 40s. So, it's probably a lot different for everyone. So
it was a massive age range, wasn't it? Because Wiley's 21, I think.
Yeah, and Mason, I think, is only about 20 or 21 as well.
Jesus, that's a massive range.
So, it's a huge difference in ages.
But everyone gets along. Yeah. Everyone does their job.
Yeah, so such a great event.
Maybe I will experience it one day, mate.
Yeah, never too old.
No, my mind's not too old. I think my body is, though. I think that's had its day.
Yeah, I know. I still feel good, so we'll see how we go.
What could you tell someone? I know in different ages they've got different ways of thinking, but even during the interviews, I used to say, just you got to take it in, because a lot of people go, I wish I would have taken, and Marnie said it yesterday, she goes, I wish I would have taken more of it in and not wanted it sort of to rush through it. Yeah. Because everyone wants to get to the end, but they don't. And I think probably you didn't, because you have got more life experience and you know that, they say the journey is half the fun. But I know some people were like, no, I want the night to be here and just push and push, and then it's there, and then they have a massive come down. But what could you tell these people?
Oh, don't know. It's just try and relax and enjoy it. Yeah, the training is hard. The first, as I think I said in the last interview, the first week or two, you cop a couple and you're thinking, what the fuck have I done? Yeah. By the end of it, it's like, come on, give me more. A couple. Yeah. You're just ready for it and you want to take it. I missed a few sessions through various niggles and COVID early on, which I would love to have not had to have missed. But as you said, my age, my body just couldn't.
Just needs a rest every once in a while.
You know your own body, so you just do as much as you can and push yourself where you can. Just take it all in. Listen to the coaches. They'll tell you, listen to the guys that come in and help out that have fought in it before, because their experience, everyone will take it in differently. Maybe
that's why people seem to be so drawn to that second one, because the second one could be the one where you get to take it in. You do understand it, but then it might not be as special. Yeah. Maybe.
The first one, I just said, it's, as you said, I did want the fight to arrive, but I enjoyed the journey. Yeah. But the fight, the weigh-in, the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday, that whole weekend setup, was just perfect.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so it was just such a great event. And then, culmination of the doors opening, walking out.
You saw that walkout of yours. You weren't that comfortable with a walkout.
No, that's, as I said.
And then getting robbed.
Hating me.
I'm just joking.
It's such a great experience.
Okay. Well, I hope you get to enjoy this next one coming up. If you do manage to get the October 7, tickets on sale. I have no idea when. I just made that up. I'm pretty sure it is October 7.
Yeah, it is.
October 7. There we go.
I might book a room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just...
Don't share a room with Brezzy, though.
Oh, God, no. Dangerous. But, it'd be great if we get a couple of tables together of our crew.
You'd probably fill 2 tables of just your crew.
Yeah,
of
without partners.
Yeah.
But, my missus will want to come.
Oh, just to make sure you're not getting in the ring. Just wear a shirt and tie, and underneath you got the blues on.
Yeah.
I wonder, they don't weigh anyone in case someone does pull out. That's something that they've been very lucky with. Like, if you look at a lot of big fights, especially, I suppose I'm just talking about the UFC here, is if there's a big fight going on, there'll be a third person weigh in case someone gets injured.
Oh, yeah.
Or someone has issues with, it's mainly weight cut related. Maybe I'll weigh in next time. Imagine that. Yeah. Just weighing for every fight. There's no way. No.
Especially when you get to the heavyweights.
Oh, yeah. I won't be fighting any heavyweights.
Well, even just the one the other night, the ex-footy players.
They went at it. Yeah, Mooney.
25 kilo difference or something.
That's massive. That makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just leaning on you. Imagine that. Imagine having 25 extra kilos just leaning on you. It'd be like fighting your VAR.
Yeah.
He's massive.
Oh, God, yeah. He's
a big boy, isn't he?
Such a nice guy, though.
Oh,
He was a mess by the end. Just the shirt.
The shirt on him.
He was covered in blood.
Covered in claret. Because, I think Owen... Did he get him with an elbow? I've watched it back.
No, I was standing back with my crowd and...
I think it was an elbow.
A few beers, so I didn't actually see what caused it.
Okay. Should release those videos.
Yeah.
Should do. When he said it 20 times. Well, that's about it, mate. I want to thank you very much for coming in yet again, twice. That'd be great, mate. And if you do ever decide to do it again, imagine that. Imagine coming in for a third. First person ever to come in for 3. Make it 4.
Yeah.
You could take my job. Just sit here.
Nah. I think I'll come in and do some commentary.
Mate, I want to thank you very much for coming in today. It's great to see you're healthy, and you've obviously had a wonderful time over the campaign. And I look forward, if you do manage to make the October 7 one, I look forward to maybe sharing a beer with you prior to Fight 10 this time around.
I'm planning on it. So, I'll be having a few beers.
All right. Thanks for your time, mate, and I'll chat to you soon.
Thanks, mate.